Well, I think it's in book number one, Eric is just in this one little sequence, and I knew that going into season one, that Eric wouldn't play a huge part. He would just basically come in as this, what you want to call it, evil vampire leader and like boss Bill around and then exit back into the dark. Eric was kind of misunderstood because of that. A lot of people came up to me and like, oh, you're the evil, the bad guy. And I always had to defend Eric because I think there's a lot more to him than that. And season 2 has been great because I actually got a chance to show that. I mean, he is a badass, of course. But I'm just happy to, because I mean, as an actor, you can't play the same note for 2 years. You have to show different layers and go deeper and show that there's more to the character than that. And I've had fun this season. I've actually been able to show that he does have a sensitive side, a loyal side, and he doesn't care for a lot of people and not for a lot of vampires either. But the ones he cares about, he's very, very, very loyal and devoted. I love you too. I mean,
For season 3, I know that my friends and I are really excited to see you. I'm just curious as to what you're excited in doing. And this question was for everybody.
What was the question?
What are you excited about?
Yeah, what are you excited about doing in season 3? What are you looking forward to?
I have to be honest, it is so much fun to work on the show that I'm just excited that there is a season 3. Even though I don't think that's been officially announced, but I think it will be very soon. Some of my favorite parts of the book, certainly I'm looking forward to seeing werewolves for the first time. I definitely am interested to getting into the world of Russell Edgington and the Mississippi vampires. I'm really excited about the character of Debbie Pelt because I think she's kind of awesome, and I am really looking forward to continuing the Unfortunately, I cannot figure out a way to put Bobbitt in the show without it taking us out of the show. He works so well in the books because you can imagine that it actually is Elvis. But if we put him in the show, it's going to be an Elvis impersonator, and there's something going to be kind of cheesy about that.
the fans have spoken.
This is a question for Alan and for Alex. I was wondering, pink spandex, yes or
Great answer. No.
Regarding putting Eric in pink spandex, I had planned not to, but maybe you've changed my mind.
From that preview that we just showed that I hope we get to see again, was that blonde hair behind Suki?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
From the preview that we just showed for the rest of season 2, it looked like blonde hair on the person who was lying in bed with Suki. So, is that Eric?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, my question is for Alex.
If this was in Sweden, this would be in a barn with about 35 people, and about 25 of them would be named Skarsgård.
Okay. This question's for Alan. I want to know how you make the musical choices for the credits, because you're really clever with that.
You mean the opening credits or the final credits?
Credits.
Well,
Ending.
the song Bad Things by Jay Severett was when I first shot the pilot and edited it and gave it to HBO, that was just sort of a placeholder. And I didn't really know that song very well. I had gone on iTunes and just sort of randomly gone through country western and picked some stuff that I liked. What's interesting is as we put the title sequence together, we had a lot of other options. We had some people write things specifically for it, and nothing ever worked as well as Jace's song, so that's the one we ended up with. Because in terms of the end credits, I worked with a very, very talented music supervisor named Gary Calamar, who also did the same job on 6 Feet Under. He brings us very, interesting choices. Sometimes the writers would put a choice in the script. Sometimes we'll use that choice. Sometimes that choice will end up costing $85,000, and so we won't use that choice. Sometimes we'll pick the writer's choice, but it just doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. And so Gary is the guy who brings in all the options that we choose at that point. And we try to pick something that is appropriate. Both content-wise in terms of the lyrics to the episode that has preceded it, but also in terms of musically the emotions, the emotion that it sort of sells.
Sex and Candy!
Okay, next
Hi, this question is for Sam and Regina. Even though your characters are currently seeing other people on the show, how do you feel about a possible rekindling of the flames between your characters?
I'd be psyched about that.